Went to the blackout this year. A lot of people want to know.
What the fuck is my? All right, you're on, Chris.
I'm
Well,
saying, bro,
I hope Mama heard you.
are we going to the blackout this year?
Aren't we the Black Super Friends?
Uh, yes. Are we going? This don't sound like a. What we doing?
Team effort.
Okay.
We need to coordinate. Y'all sound like a bunch of guys when it's time to go on a trip. Right at the end part, though.
Mm.
It was all good a week ago.
I see them throwback pictures looking good, man. Just
And
saying.
then that's why I think we need to be in the building.
Mm. To a little strut.
All right. Good
Another way to
evening
speak.
and good night. This conversation and this episode will be deeply influenced by McAllen 12. So I make no apologies for this conversation tonight. You're welcome to another episode of the Black Super Friends. Tonight I will serve as the host, D. Horace Towns. I'm joined by three of my compadres who I seem to call my best friends. And despite the up and downs and the journeys of manhood and boyhood, straighthood, we are here, united. And I would like to introduce you to these people. I want to shout out to Emily, that's in Dubai. Thank you for joining me tonight. First, I want to go to the man who's usually somewhere across the world. Tonight, dang, I ain't even gonna give you no jokes tonight, man. That's kind of not even no fun, Zay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the McAllen. All right, next. He's a girl dad, and he just recently came back from a bunch of countries. Tonight, you will know him as Zay, the international ladies man.
What's happening, fellas? Horace, I almost shed a tear. I just knew I was going to get some antics. But I guess it's a new year. You're turning over a new leaf with the new moon. It's all right, though.
Yeah, I definitely
I'm
don't
glad.
like it.
It's new energy. It's okay. It's a new moon, new energy. It's all good. I like it, my brother. What's happening, everybody?
Maybe it's the conference that's coming up. Got me trying to be a little more polished and marketable.
Or it's my birthday. You know,
When
Saturday is a mile mark. You know, it's a whole holiday. You should already have it marked on your calendar.
I didn't know that. I don't know
The damn
anybody's
shame.
birthdays, but
I ain't
yes,
taking a mental note of this.
PJ, tonight's sponsor is McAllen 12. It is one of the finest scotch that a gentleman can devour. All right? It's top shelf. It's none of that E&J and JB and none of that stuff. It is top notch, aged to perfection. So there will be some amazing conversation going on tonight. Okay? Next, I want to go to the guy who designed the Black Super Friends logo. I've oftentimes called him the architect of confusion. He is a girl dad as well. He has moments of brilliance on this show that have turned to be iconic. They have been signature pieces that run in our reels, and I just appreciate him for never allowing me to get comfortable because you never know where he's gonna come from. And he's looking surprised, but I'm talking about Chris Leo.
Thank you for the intro, man. That was an amazing intro. I didn't know you was talking about, but yes, I did. Yes, I did. Hey, man, thank you guys for showing up. Never mind the tight ass shirt. My baby birthday was last year, so I'm wearing this This was her second birthday party, so this is 13 years. I still got the T-shirt. Happy birthday, cupcake, daddy, love you.
Definitely want to say happy birthday from the Black Super Friends to affectionately known as Cupcake. All right. Make sure y'all bless her Cash App too. All right. Yeah, put it back up. All right. Next, besides this headache from the McAllen, I want to go to my main man outside of Georgia. He is the president of Hardy Home Inspections. If you're in Georgia and you got some real estate, you want to make sure you make the right decisions and protect your future investments by calling Super Mario Senior. Please stay the senior. Tonight, it is Super Mario Senior.
Good afternoon, and thank y'all for coming back to another Monday. I'm looking forward to this show.
Hmm. All right. Well, guess what? It was a busy week in trending news. Hey, I got something I want all of us to touch.
Whoa. Oh, no way. No way.
I think we need a pause button on this show now. Now it's getting out of hand. Now we need one of those. We need sound effects.
You had too much of the sponsor tonight, boy.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I meant. All right.
We know what you said.
Well,
Yeah, that's all I know.
we always want to educate the public, and I want you two guys to be, well, especially the two bachelors on this screen. It was three of us because I don't want to have that argument tonight. But medically, from now on, I want you to be respectful to women, and you will now call their vagina bonus holes. Okay? Effective immediately. There is no such term as vaginas. They are now known as bonus holes. Okay, Chris? Did y'all get the news this week?
Well, if that's pink, and what you call what's brown?
Because I always thought that was the bonus hole, but you learn something new every day.
Well, I kind of get it. Everybody got a butthole. Everybody don't got a gate to heaven. I'm trying to spin it, man. But listen, the devil is busy again. So due to this non-binary conversation that they keep introducing, there's no more terms called vagina. You will now call them bonus holes. And each new one that I get, I think is a bonus anyway. So I'm not going to be too mad.
Now that I think about it, if it's anything that is better than one hole is a bonus hole.
I don't know. I don't know.
I
That was
just feel funny.
risque. That's just risque. It don't sound right.
Yeah. Well, listen, like a bonus is usually something you earn. I guess I kind of see the bonus terms, right? It just doesn't feel the same. May I commence of a round of bonus hole?
Yeah, let me get some bonus hole.
Yeah. Nah, that
That's the
sounds
text on that.
The thing about it is, women are gonna clap about this, and the sad thing is, they single-handedly stripping them from everything that makes them an actual woman. Like,
yeah.
when you get something like right now, a man can make a bonus hole, but he can never make a vagina. Like, that's one thing he cannot make. The doctor can create a bonus hole, but he can't create a vagina. So to make everybody inclusive, women sit there and go, "Yay!" for the yes community, and then pretty soon nothing's gonna work in y'all favor because
As a misogynist, I will continue to fight for female rights. I promise you, I will never call them bonus holes. I'm gonna still call them vaginas. I'm gonna call real women, as I fight for female rights, and will not stop.
I might be the Martin Luther King of this. I'm gonna still call them vaginas, coochies, plunkums. What's the other term?
You know.
Cooters, juice box. Yeah, I'm fighting for y'all, ladies. Y'all just don't know it because that bonus hole thing is just not. But that's a whole discussion for a whole nother time. Listen, this year's been totally weird, and it's going to be a good conversation because I know you guys are going to dig deep. But before I get into some deep topics, I want to talk about more fuckery. I mean, stuff. All right, listen. Usually we don't touch on stuff like this, but it just seemed to be.
Hey, get it together tonight, brother.
Yeah. HR gonna come down on you.
FCC in 1 minute is about to pull the plug for us. Please, sir. I know the McAllen is weighing on you, but please.
Listen, whatever, man. Listen. So, listen, I didn't even really understand all the commotion, but one thing about social media, they will make anything into a big conversation and then it's going to go viral, no matter how stupid it is. But apparently, the crooner, hey, Valou, part of the Kitty Cat Hater Club. Hey, one thing I must say, I've heard that the show in Las Vegas is amazing. Amazing, right? And it's amazing because Usher puts on this delightful show that I've seen women groups go out there to watch this man sing. He sings in the audience, he skates, he does all of that stuff, right? So we got to give him credit. Usher puts on a good show. Part of his show is going through the audience and he solicits women who he sings to. He even sings to the box. He knows how to get those old cooters going and make it a memorable moment for them, right? So apparently this week, Keke Palmer, who I will reserve comment for because I'm a little biased, she made comments about Claire Huxtable, and for that, I just really thought that she could never say anything intelligent again. But apparently, Keke Palmer was a part of the show, and when she got up, she gave us a show because her baby father said publicly, he said, "Hey, get it together. You're a mother." And he was referring to her outfit that she had that showed all her assets in the back. Did she look good? To some people, she looked phenomenal. Some people made it an argument about, should she be wearing such a attire? The fact that she's a mom, it just got into an argument that was bigger than itself. So I would just start off by saying, what do you guys even think of it? Because I made no comments. Zay, you're usually the trendy guy. What did you think about Keke Palmer at Usher's show?
I think Kiki was being a typical woman. Um, I don't, I don't know, man. I thought that the whole thing once again is rich people problem.
Hmm.
Oh boy, that was profound.
Drop the mic.
Yeah, oh, that is drop the mic.
Chris.
Okay, now you back.
Yeah, yeah, man. It was a tender moment. I don't know. I don't understand why he would go to social media first, but I guess that's the time in which we live in. He got annihilated quickly. I thought it was stupid because if you guys are a couple, I'm quite sure she ran the dress by you before she went out. Even if you weren't together, she was out of town. FaceTime, I'm quite sure you saw it. So it wasn't surprised about the dress. Um, so we already know that. I guess it was her behavior with Usher. But as you said, Usher's an entertainer. When she's going out for girl night, I think that's probably something that they should touch on, like a conversation that should have been had prior to, but not that public outcry that he did do. So that was a lesson for us guys. Make sure you know the woman that you with. Make sure that you're comfortable with her being who she is. And then also too, when you go out, make sure that she's comfortable with who you are, because who knows, he may have been there at a Cardi B concert and fainted at her feet if she would have came and gave him a little attention. You don't want that same outburst back. So just make sure that you're being respectful of each other. What he did, I don't think was respectful. But again, man, I wouldn't have did it. I don't think it would even have got that far if it was me. But that's just my take on that situation. I thought it was very tender.
Yeah, I think so too. Obviously, you don't make those kind of comments publicly. At the end of the day, you really know what you got at home. And listen, it is what it is. Chris Leo.
I think we might see this a tad bit differently. Let me guess. These are the women that, if you know how to lead, they'll submit, right? They'll naturally submit, because that's what I'm being told. I get told that by every simp ass nigga and every feminist ass woman, that if a man knows how to lead, they will naturally follow. Now, I don't know if this man knew how to lead when he got the number, when he took her out on a date, when he had sex with her, when he got in a relationship, or when he got pregnant. All of a sudden, or when he got her pregnant, all of a sudden, I guess he forgot how to lead. I've said this and I say this again. You cannot lead a woman that does not want to be followed, that does not want to follow. This woman want to do whatever she wants to do. Whatever she wants to do. She don't care. She don't have no problem with it. I think a lot of us are making excuses for it. I heard an excuse, well, he's not married to her. They just in a relationship. I don't know in what world do you have to not respect the person that you in a relationship with and have a child with. I don't know what world that comes from when you don't even have to respect how they feel about interactions with another person of the opposite sex. I heard a excuse about, well, he shouldn't have made it public. Okay, well, these same people, these same feminists and simps will tell you that if the disrespect is public, the apology should be public, correct? That's what they always say. So at this point, you telling me the disrespect can be public, but the correction has to be private. Now, deep down, I actually believe that because I don't agree with him taking it out to in public, put it out on social media. I actually agree with that. But I'm an old school guy. I'm from a whole nother planet, Krypton, way far away, where things were totally different from a whole nother world. So this new world, that's how they communicate. I don't agree with it though. But at the end of the day, and the main reason why I say don't do it is because you can't go back. Once you say these things, you can't go back. You can't be getting all emotional on Twitter, on the internet, and then 2 days later you right back with her. That's sucker shit. So that's the reason why I think that he should have kept it private. But I see why people are so worked up about it. This is a man that says, I have standards. I have boundaries. And you cannot cross them. I don't care how rich you are, I don't care how much money you have. You cannot cross these boundaries. I'd rather send you back off to the streets than to let you disrespect me and let you be a poor representation of me. And that's the problem. And that's what the people have a problem with. A man standing on business and not wavering. But I do see flaw in him. I do see flaw in it simply because that's an actress. You decided to get married to an actress. I don't know the difference between her being in a scene kissing on a dude or a sex scene with a dude and what she did with Usher. I don't know what would be the difference, where you draw the line at, bro. But you chose to be with an actress. That was your choice. At the end of the day, that one you could possibly it's a movie producer could possibly be in there, see them two, think they got chemistry, put them in the movie. Now she bring home that money to your family. I'm sorry, that's what men do. She'll bring it home to herself and keep it for herself, and then hold it over your head so she can have leverage over you. But yes, I do see some flaw in it. Do not take it up. I don't believe you should have took it public. And at the same time, you got with a actress. You got with an actress. You know what comes with an actress. Send her back to the streets, my brother.
Well, I will say this before I go to Mario. One, I do see a little bit of immaturity in two people. It's a young couple, I'm assuming. And then second of all, one thing about it, a celebrity, especially one that's not really in any movies right now, attention is everything. So even this little bit of trending news and blogging probably did something for her career. You know what I mean? But it's amazing because everybody had their own perspective. They just bigged up Jonah Hill for comments he made, and then it's in reverse. It seemed that people had to see to be their views, but I just be trying to show people their bias, not tell them they're wrong, just show them their bias. But it don't seem to work out that way. You know what I mean? And so, hey, it is what it is.
That man wanted Keke Palmer, not Keke from the Broken Green Projects. She is now a statistics, and nobody should be okay with that. Nobody should be proud that she's now a baby mama. All she had to do is simply apologize. I'm sorry I disrespected you. I'm sorry that you felt that way, and I won't do it again. I believe that man would have took her back because I believe that that's a good man. I believe that's a God-fearing man that wants the best for him and his family. All she had to do was swallow her pride and say, you know what? I was wrong. I made a mistake, and it won't happen again. But we won't ask that of women, will we? We would never ask her to swallow her pride and fight for her family to come back.
I want to say this, and I try to hold back. I want y'all to go back through these comments from certain people on this list. I could even show them some of their bias sometime. No matter what, the dude is in the wrong. He did this. He already did. I was like, and we're trying to have a non-biased conversation.
I'm not.
It just seemed to say, like, I'm open. Like I said, I'm biased because Keke made comments about Claire Hustle. But boy, I'm looking at Valu. He already did. I love Valu about that. I love her for that because when it comes to it, she is goddamn it gonna defend hookers, women, anybody that's on that female perspective, no matter what's been going on. I love that, Valu. And I'm sorry. Super Mario Senior.
Y'all said some good stuff, especially Chris, about the and I just had it. And I just the last thing he just said,
Yeah.
He just said, what's the last thing you just said, Chris? Because I don't want to lose this topic. This is the whole,
About
you
the
said a
actions,
lot of good stuff. Huh?
actions, and all she had to do is apologize.
They apologize. Say it again, Chris, one more time.
All she had to do was, when the man know how to lead, they will submit. Submission is apology, and there's nothing wrong with apologizing.
See, the sad thing about this is if it's Keke, Brenda, Shaniqua, don't matter who it was. The point of this matter is I sat back and I looked at this for several days and I watched men and women say he was a simp for all the illustrious reasons that Horace and Zay pointed out, which I agree with. You know, he went on there, he did that, he did all that stuff on Instagram, like Chris alluded to. That's why I was sitting back listening to all y'all. You're right. This is the era that we live in. We can't go back to the Flintstone age where we came from. This is the new era. Everybody's emotional and everybody runs to social media. Now, I know in the comments, everybody's going to say not everybody and everybody's going to say not them. So let me just get that out. I understand that. Not y'all. But most people in the world run to social media, right? So that's what he did. He's a younger guy. Probably has not been too much. But I sat back and I did some research myself and I looked at the story of how they met. And I seen that the young Kickster actually was flushed and flustered by him, right? So she was like, wow, this is the guy who I want and all this. And this is the perfect guy for me and all this. And I hear women say, and I'm going to leave this subject alone, that, man, a good man is hard to find. Jesus Christ, a good man is hard to find. I'm talking about a good man, a man good enough that you could tell him don't use the condom and be happy the whole 9 months you're about to have a baby with and show your family to the whole world. You're that kind of good man. The kind of good man you go on several talk shows and you brag about. The kind of good man that you're always putting on your social media. And then, as LaToya said, somebody said that she said she loved her boyfriend the day before. That kind of man. But so easily, he can make one comment or slip up, and I've been watching her since, and everything she says has been throwing gasoline on the fire and picking at him. And the craziest thing about this is that you see so many women who will say, you know what? It's hard to find a good man, but if I had a good man, boy, I know, like Chris alluded to, I know I lead, I do great, I'll be a great woman. I do all this, but then I see them same women. Yeah, Keke, you don't need him. We ain't even know about him. He ain't nothing. He's her baby's father. That's who he is. And no matter how this ends, they don't want to embarrass each other. And right now, the onslaught of her child's father on the social media he's being creamed and cremated by not only women but men too. Because I've seen a lot of chapstick Charlies that's just out there just going crazy on him about they not knowing him and he's not nobody. But them the same men who gonna cry when what's the lady name from the Breakfast Club? I can't believe Ebony K. Ebony K said you shouldn't date a mediocre man. Men went crazy, but now the same men calling him mediocre because he was a nobody before he dated Keke. Boy, I tell you, boy, this is the hypocrisy of the internet in the world. Hey, brother, the only thing I can say is this, and we know this to be true, whether you like it or not. Statistics say that 1 in every 3 black women will become a baby mama. And now we know that it don't matter how much money you got. Keke Palmer, you are officially a baby mama.
Baby mama. That's what you are. Unmarried and unwedded. And you're not single.
Hey,
if you could have got a A-list celebrity before, you would have had one. It's a reason why you went with a guy that you didn't relatively unknown. You couldn't get those men because those men wasn't going to take that shit. Now you got with a man that you thought was going to take that shit, but he is still a man. No matter how much money he make, no matter how fine you is, no matter how rich you are and famous you are, that's still a man. He's still standing on business. Now take your ass back to the streets.
Let me ask y'all something as a side conversation real quick. With that being said, Mario said Ebony K. Williams, right? And she was talking about men need to be aware of this too. And this is a trending thing. Because I was just seeing a thing about a dude that was on child support. he was with this woman with the intent of being with her and not realizing that her full intent was to have a relationship, but she wanted a baby. She didn't care about having a relationship, two-parent home. When she was on this conversation, she talked about she made enough money to be a single mother and that she would be fine. That's a conversation that we need to have at some point. Like, brothers, y'all with chicks, but some of those most successful women that are lonely or habitually single, there are a select group of women who right now want to be mothers. They don't want to be wives. And a lot of y'all are getting stuck with them. And even though they say they so independent and they got money, they will get that baby from you and still stick your ass with child support. And now you got a woman who's going to claim to be this great single parent and never had the intent of you being in that child's life. That's a sad.
Shout out to Stevie J.
Huh?
Shout out to
Stevie J. Got compensated.
Oh. But y'all do know that's a new thing. I don't know if y'all seen any of those clips.
I think it's new, and I think it's not only the new thing. I think it's the unsaid thing, Horace. I think that they just bringing it to the forefront right now. I think that a lot of women. I see a lot of. I watch a lot of YouTube and stuff like that, and I see a lot of women when they get around that 40. I don't know. Don't quote me on this. I don't know when the biological clock just start ticking and all that. I'm gonna say 35 to 40 when they don't have a child. I don't hear them women saying, I want to find the love of my life no more. I don't see them saying, I want to settle down, get married, anything. I see them saying, I want to be a mother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And by any means necessary, they want to be a mother because they feel like that's the most important thing in life. It's the most important thing in life. That's the completion. It used to be getting married and having a family meant I was valued as a woman. Now a woman feel like most women, I'm not going to say all, but I'm hearing in these conversations is I just want to have a piece of my own. See, I'm looking at these words, my own, my child, my baby, my. And that's how they do it. They want a child. But then the only caveat to that is, like Horace said, that's their agenda. But when the man who has been played the whole time is unbeknownst to this whole agenda, gets swept up in this, then he's a sorry, no good, and they want everything from him. And then the same independent, I don't give a fuck about the man, boom. It just, that's what I learned to say. Hey, bro, it's a rough world out here. It's vicious.
That's crazy. I don't know. Luce on a vicious attack over that. She typing in a lot of things, and I didn't. Yeah, that last part didn't. You all say Keke. You control marriage by proposal, and something Mario was talking about.
Renegades together.
Something Mario was talking about is real important. If you notice this, it started off. We all know that this young man was in his feelings about him seeing his woman in another man's face acting a fool publicly. But every woman that I've seen tear this man down, because again, at the end of the day, I just said he made a bad move. You know what I'm saying? Horace said they're a young couple. There's some mistakes and things can be learned. I didn't go on the simp route with him, but I'm amazed to see all these women keep talking about the money she earns and he earns. What the hell does that have to do about respecting the person that you with, or even accountability for maybe I may have done something wrong? And this is what we be talking about. Like, y'all can't really want no real relationship like y'all be saying, like Hardy said, we're all the good men, because y'all can't even recognize that I may have offended somebody because you're worried about your star power or your pocketbook. That's amazing to me. So, and it's funny because in everything that Velouz is saying, I hear her saying about how Keke said rich guys are weird and things like that. You got a regular guy, what you say you want, but you're not even doing the things that you need to do to keep that person. Like that's a simple apology. So I don't know, it's wild to me.
No, it's not wild. That's why you cannot listen to that bull about men. You don't need to have that much money. Money don't matter. We still love you. See, that's why I'm not going to get on here and cap y'all. That's why I knew. I'm going to get as much as I can. I'd rather be the person sitting on top of the hill saying, hey, climb up, than the person saying, hey, I wish you would pick and pull me up. Because women going to always say, it ain't about the money. It ain't about the money. Yeah. But it's only about the money, especially in America, because we stay in a capitalistic society. So that's what I be saying. You can't fall for that shit. And then women be like, well, you're right. He just speak to my heart and all. Oh, that's good. Bro, this ain't even to Velouz in them. This to every man who watching. Get you some money. Damn all that other stuff they're talking about. Oh, you don't need this. You don't. Yes, you do, brother. Because I don't give a damn what you say. With money comes power and respect. Unless you're gonna move to Zimbabwe in the Caucasus Mountains where there's no running electricity. If you have to pay bills, you need money. And if you don't have no money, at some point, she gonna look down on you and they're gonna start then, even if she don't. Everybody around her gonna say, you with his broke ass. See, look, his broke ass cheating on you. His broke dog. Right now, a rich man can cheat on you and a broke man can cheat on you. Both of them cheated. The first thing her friend's gonna say, see, and you still his broke ass. And you could at least got cheated on by a rich man. You're right.
I cheated on.
That's why you get that money, my brother, and you sit on top. And I don't give a damn who don't like it, because it's easy to tell me it ain't all about your money. Well, cool, go pay rent.
Did you notice he
Mario
put
Luther King
his mountains in Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
Or because I didn't want to put you in Africa, or I didn't want to talk to either one. So whoever you are, I want to let you know that unless you don't have to pay bills, bro, don't believe that shit. Because I hear people all saying that. We be on the show with the doctors. Shout out to the Chambers. Them. We ain't really looking at a man for his money. Yeah, right. Because the minute that shit go wrong, he want to go. If he go buy him 2 pair of Jordans instead of 1, damn, that's what we do now, huh? We just listen, brothers, go get that cash, or know what? That's your ass.
Yeah, you know why? Without finance, there's no romance. A lot of relationships go straight down here. A woman allow you to lay up underneath her, babe, stay here, roll up on me. As soon as the lights go off, this sorry Negro to let the lights get cut off. Girl, I can't take it here.
Bro, I don't care who, I don't care how, dog. I don't give a damn. They meant to be a helpmate, not deleted it. As soon as, bro, I see that. I seen that. That was a good point. Say that's why I couldn't hold it. I seen so many women say, "Well, Keke pay the bills and that. Well, Keke running. We don't even know." Every start. Then I went and look back on some of the women page, and they're like a post where, man, you don't need to have a man who provide. I need him to provide for me spiritually, emotionally. Oh, you need lights on, nigga. You want to go on vacations too? No, yes, you want gas in your car. You don't want to drive a Pinto 1982. No, that's what you want too. It's easy to say I don't need money when you got it. Yeah, Keke. What Valu said, Keke said all the rich guys weird. You know what they what weird mean? They demand respect. That's weird. That's weird. That's weird. Now, it's real weird to demand respect, because you know why? Social media in the world tell a man shut up and dribble. On every sport, just shut up and take it. But it's all right. When you get that money, no.
Listen, there's still a few Joe Blows around here. I am a Joe Blow, the love of man. I get women like you a dime a cut.
Studman is an anomaly.
Money, we got money.
It can happen, but boy, listen, like playing the lottery.
Hey man,
the one I know is Stedman.
I am Joe Blow, the love of man. You ain't nothing. I get that dime a dozen.
My dog dead. So that's played out, Blue.
Hey man, listen. Hey, since I got estrogen on my screen today, I'm gonna skip and come back to Jarrell questions, right? But I do want to ask y'all about this trending video while I already got the emotional temperature just right. I want to get y'all thoughts on this 1 minute clip. Valu, you're going to love this. Oh, man, don't tell me the sound now. Come on, baby. Well, that sucks. Well, suck me sideways. Hey, listen. The video was about, this video was about a woman and a man having an argument. And in the argument, the man finds out that the woman, he found out by a bank statement coming to the house, and he finds out that his wife has somehow found a way to put $22,000 into a separate account that he has no access to. His name is on the account. The man argues with her because she says that she did what was best for her. Yes, it was disrespectful, dog. She said she got to look out for her, because if he was to leave her, that she had to be straight. And to be married and have that kind of mind is already a red flag. But for her to amassed $22,000 in a separate account. And the biggest woe is she doesn't work. And people actually argued on the internet and defended her, saying that a woman has to do what they need to do to protect, have a contingency fund if the relationship goes left. I want to know what's your thoughts, Chris Leo, because one day you're gonna be married.
Wait a minute.
No,
Hold on. Wait a
your
minute.
kid.
I thought that if you married her, all that changed. That was the issue in Keke's situation. He was just a boyfriend. That's
No
all.
kids.
If he would have married her, then she would have just actually naturally submit, right?
Yeah.
So this woman who's married didn't actually submit, didn't naturally submit neither. Look, this doesn't surprise me at all. Not at all. I think that women from the beginning of the time believe that they are more valuable than us, especially modern women believe that they are more valuable than us. They believe that their time is more valuable. They believe that their input on a relationship is more valuable. They believe that their sex is more valuable. So yes, when she with you, she's gonna believe, because society have conditioned her that she's owed something for being with you, because somehow she values you more. Now that's something that we've been knowing for a long time. That's not even the most egregious part of this video. I wish the sound was on. The last part of that video, she sat there and said, "Now what you gonna do about it? Now what you gonna do about it?" I done seen niggas get their head blown off for those words. I done seen women get choked to death damn near for those same words. And she sat there while that camera was on and said that right in your face. That ain't the first time. She showed signs of that before, and you didn't leave. You didn't put your foot down, and you should have been left that woman. So that 22K is getting off cheap from that woman. Get the hell away from her, because the shit she said at the end, that's the shit that send niggas to prison, and you need to stay away from women like that. That woman will sit there. That's okay. Nothing. I'm done.
Mario.
The saddest thing about this too, because I always like to put on this, because I don't want this to be, this is this is the exception. Most people gonna say this is not who it is, and then guess what? I seen so many women say, I don't know nobody like that. I don't have no friends, so now I'm supposed to believe this girl is going through life with no friends. See, that's the thing. They always say y'all to hold each other accountable. Y'all shouldn't hang around a dude who won't take care of their kids. Well, y'all shouldn't hang around trifling women like that. But I bet she got a plethora of friends who was not scolding her, holding her accountable, or nothing. That's the same ones who was saying, yes, Keke, it's them. See, that's all. This is Keke other friend, Brisha. Like all of them in the same club. See, all of them went to Usher together. See, this is a group. That's what I'm telling y'all, man. This is so sad, but it's so okay at the same time, because sometimes people always look back and say, dang, man. That's why every time, sometimes you always say, well, in life, you can't help everybody. And then sometimes you got to know, one wise man told me, you got to know sometimes people put themselves in them situations. For a long time, I grew up with a single mom. And I used to be like, man, I had a soft heart in my chest, for a soft spot in my chest, for like, man, it's sad. There's so many women out here who getting done wrong, man. There's so many single, hardworking mamas and all that kind of stuff out there. And I understand now that I get a little older, man, a lot of y'all put yourself in that damn situation. And now you want people to feel sorry or to rebuke or to go back against it. But then you get into these situations and there's no respect, because you stole the $22,000, right? You embezzled that, swindled that, committed fraud, whatever degree you want to say, because Don is alluding to the key points. She had no job. He paid all the bills, and you shifted money from one account to another, right? Cool, you did that. But when the man comes to you broken and hurt, and you know you have done this, and you still have his kids, so that means y'all gonna have a relationship no matter what. And you say those words that Chris is alluding to, what are you gonna do about it? That shows the total lack of respect and disregard for your child's father. So much so that you were calling him really a PUSSY on national TV, because that's what that means. If y'all don't know what that means, that's what that means. To every man who heard that, that's what that means. And that's the sad part. Down the money, it's the point of you got caught, and that was your reaction. And like Don said, she said that she ended the video like with that. Like that was that's like echoing. Like she said it on top of a mountain. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It just kept going. And I'm like, it was making me upset till I had to turn it. I was like, this is crazy, bro, that somebody can sit there and do that to you. But then one thing I'm gonna let it go to Zay or whoever Horace want to give it to. Just think about this. Me and my wife have a bunch of accounts, right? And most of them we have joint together. But one thing we don't play by is that's some of her money, some of my money, right? It going to and we have a bill account that pay all the bills, right? Bro, if you pay all the bills and you take care of her and your kids, how the hell is she in Bella 20? I want another interview. I just got to know, how did she get $22,000 from you without you knowing it, bro? If you pay all the bills, because that was said. He said, I pay all the bills. So how did she get $22,000 from you when y'all stay in the same house? When you see the code, like, I want to know.
Mario, a lot of dudes come from that area where, listen, you still got dudes that take pride because they daddy did it. They come home, get their wife their check, they don't ask no questions, and he probably paying for stuff, don't know what he paying for. Let me try it one more time. I can't do it, man. I can't get it. Dang, I hate that I couldn't play that video.
Send it to me. I'm gonna play it on the phone.
That's just stupidity, though, Horace. Anybody that does that, you can't, Mario, what you were saying.
I got a bank statement in the mail with an account that I don't know nothing about.
First of all, don't come in here yelling at me about no account. I have an account to make sure I'm good. That's why the account is there.
Why are you taking money out of the account while I don't know?
You are my husband. I have to make sure I'm good. If we were to ever get divorced, I'm not about to be out here with nothing.
We gotta make sure we good. This don't got nothing to do with you sitting taking money out of the account that I work hard for.
Do you not work for us? Are we not a family? This is
working for you. This ain't working for us.
No, it is. I have to make sure I'm good. I'm a woman. If you were to leave me, I need to be okay. What is the problem?
You need to be a problem. You're a self.
Oh, you didn't play the part.
Bro, I can't. It only allowed me to do 1 minute in the studio, man. So you really needed that conversation, because even in that, I was like, Mario, I'm like, damn, how can you make such a bad show like this? Sorry. If you would try to go to voice rap, probably gonna try to get you out in the morning. It's probably going to be a headache for a long time. So.
Bro, people always acting like, man, like, I feel y'all. I'm saying, listen what I'm telling you. I don't want to get into money, but come on, we got to start acting like bills and money, bro. No matter where you stay at, even if a man gives his check, you have to understand how much this man making, right? So to get $22,000, let's just say they kids 10, I don't know how many kids they got, but I'm saying to siphon, because that means you have to be doing a little bit at a time. To siphon $22,000 off is not no easy feat. Everybody acting like, oh, all she did is just take $10 at a time. That's not, bro. Come on now, people. $22,000 is not. He said he got an account that he knew nothing about. So that means no matter what you're saying, she had to be taking chunks of money at a time. You can't just take $5 here, $100 to get $22,000. She didn't get $2,200. She had $22,000 from a man with a solo income in America in 2023, bro. Unless he owns right shipping, bro, come on.
Tax returns.
That tells you what she think about you. That tells you exactly what she think about you. She thinks that you are beneath her. That she needs to be compensated for being in a relationship with you, giving you a child or something like that. It's sad. That's why they say what they want to say about DeSantis, but he's trying to get rid of that lifelong what's it called? Alimony shit. Let's really get equal rights.
What am I talking? Just to run the point. Run said, so she came in not working. Why did she even have access to his account? A lot of dudes, maybe I ain't saying I won't say something. I'll say green. They came up like that. You know what? I'm trying to build with her. You know, this my chick. I'm gonna give her access to the account to show her how much. You know, we together. Blah blah blah. And then he find out what he got. You know what I mean?
That's a sad thing that we got to say that to protect yourself from your wife. That's what you're supposed to be all the way open with, and all your business and all your bank accounts and stuff like that. Your wife is sad.
She said, "I'm your wife. I gotta protect myself."
What?
What? What? You go, girl.
Maybe she did an audit of her life and said he really don't need me at all. Like, if he choose to bounce, like I need a contingency plan. 22,000 is a little much for was a UPS driver or whatever, but yeesh.
But that
Ah,
also show you this. That's not enough.
yeah,
So he leave right now, she done. Because you had to do all that to get 22,000.
no,
All you gotta do is a down payment on this, a down payment. She's still gonna go hit him for child support and all the rest of the other stuff because she wasn't never working. So he gonna be paying alimony. So
yep,
that's what I'm saying. That was not even needed. She never worked. She was gonna hit him regardless.
that's
Because
my
if you got a woman living in your house that long with kids and not working, you got child support, alimony. She was gonna get the money regardless. She didn't have to siphon it. He was already the fool.
Can I say this, Mario? The sad part was a red flag, and I felt sorry for the brother. She kept saying, "Now, what you gonna do?" It's almost like she trying to provoke him to a place to say, "I'm through with it." Because in reality, like you said, child support, alimony, cash assistance, Section 8, like all of that is going to be a working man. Yeah, it really sounds like he didn't ran into the worst chick, man. So,
So $22,000 gonna last you a lifetime, Velouz?
For real.
Talking about $22,000. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, we're not talking about $200 million. We're talking about $22,000. That's not even 10% on a home. She can't go buy a house. Come on, $22,000.
in the end of the conversation, she highlighted stuff that the average woman would laugh at. Her nails getting done. It was stuff in that conversation that made me say, "Bro, how did you pick her? This must be like Arkansas or Mississippi that you can find such an individual like this person here." It was very disturbing. Prayers to that brother. The video was so what's the word, triggering, that we had to discuss it on this show, and I'm glad Chris held it together as best as he could. Because
No, if that brother can pay all the bills, take care of everything, and she can still stifle 22K from him, buddy gonna be all right.
That's what I'm saying. That's my whole point.
She's gonna burn through that money. She is gonna be back in the same position, and she's gonna be giving blowjobs for the next 10 years of her life trying to get another 22K.
There you go, Chris.
That man is gonna be all right.
That's why I go back to the last subject. I'm glad Tootie push this right in here. Get that money, fellas. Because, see, no matter what she do, she stole 22 from him, but he didn't even know it was gone. Just think about that. She hit him for 22, and he didn't even know it was missing until a letter came. He getting it. He going to be okay.
He going to be all right. Shake it off, my brother.
Bro, it's like a good script to a Tyler Perry movie. she thought she had him, and my brother then met him a nice queen that's gonna match his money. Oh man. Oh, Jonathan Towns, don't you be that person, all right? Listen. All right, so let's go back to the beginning of the show, and this was before we might not even get to all of it, but I really want to switch gears because right before the show, Chris, that thing about basketball. Oh man, that would have been so perfect. I didn't get a chance to write down all the questions, man, but I really want to do that. It was like best coach, best defensive player, best basketball player. I think that's gonna be interesting. That's right up his alley because y'all ain't gonna like none of my answers. All right, it's the halfway point of 2023. Okay, acrimony. Yeah, we can have a whole show on that. Acrimony, the movie, Tyler Perry. Yeah, she couldn't take an L, sore loser. But it's the halfway point of 2023. 2023 is almost gone, guys. I don't know if y'all realize that it's July. Before you know it, it's gonna be Christmas again. Okay, it's the halfway point. What's your most memorable moment of 2023, Chris?
What was my most memorable moment? I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. Please, let me come back to it.
Xavier, what's your most memorable moment? 2023. It is July 10th today.
Oh man. Well, 5 more days would have been my birthday, but for right now, I'll just take this trip that I just took. I was able to take my offspring international. Nothing on top of that. I didn't even have words for you guys last week on how great that experience was. Man, that's the best thing that happened to me for a while. And as you guys know, I've been trying to do this since she was 3. So we got a lot inside that week. It was a week-long daddy-daughter bonding experience, and for me, that did it. Man, only thing can top that now is the things that I got in motion. So thank God for Jesus on that one, and I'm gonna be grateful for the little wins that I did get. Mexico, Viva la Mexico.
All right, Mario. Oh, Zay went to the Bahamas and he went to Mexico. All right.
Yep.
Mario, most memorable moment 2023.
Uh, that's a good one too. I was like Chris. I had a lot. I would think. I got my first solo contract to build a development. I think some of y'all know that.
Yeah.
So I think that was pretty good because we from which is gonna be money wise gonna be good for my family. But other than that, it's just my actually solo project working with my daddy investment company. So that's gonna be pretty good. I'm looking forward to that. It's been a lot of work, but to be able to say my kids drive by this this actual piece of land and say, hey, my daddy built this store, all these apartments, these homes. My daddy built this neighborhood. That's going to be something, I can't wait for that to happen. Whatever they pay,
Dope.
that's going to be a big moment for me, even though it's not complete. So,
Hey, in the making, that's gonna be dope.
Well, I didn't have no good memory. It's either gonna be I find out one of my investments is gonna mature very, 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 very lucrative. But the second one, it ain't in 2023, but I still think that our trip to Mexico, for some reason, it did something for me, man. It might. Who say if we never take another trip? I just thought that trip, minus Chris, was a good trip, man. We actually had a chance to have a blast that we didn't know we probably needed. That was my most memorable. Chris Leo.
Okay, I don't want everybody to think that I was just unprepared. In the pre-show, I with Horace made some, topics.
Yeah, blame me.
I asked for an explanation.
Accountability.
Here's how he wrote the question. You can go what you remember so far from this year, in quotation, most memorable. I asked what the hell is the question. Nobody answered me, so that's how I don't know what the hell to say. You wrote you can go what you remember so far from this year. What is that? I didn't understand the question.
We all else figured it out. So, listen. Yes, we are going to. No, we're done. We're going overseas. Listen. So you still don't have an answer?
No, I just found out the question.
Yeah, you did all that to still blame me. Yeah, thank you, Baloo. The man goes off the rails often. So, okay, another one. Biggest lesson in 2023, Chris?
Oh man, lesson. Stop the victim shit. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop talking about white supremacy. There's no race that's superior to you. Stop talking about oppression because you are not actively being oppressed. You are the sum of your choices, man. We have to make better choices in life, and we got to work harder. I watched Andrew Tate video in interview, and I thought it was amazing to think some of the things that he was saying. I know he gets a bad rap, but he said some amazing things, and it's basically about you the sum of your decisions. You know what I'm saying? Stop talking about being oppressed. Stop being a victim. Stop talking about white supremacy and racism and all that bullshit. Handle your own business. What else I learned? I learned that you don't want to Keke Palmer. That's for damn sure. Stay far away from them Kikis. What else?
Ooh, he love me.
I don't know. That's about it. That's what mostly, man. That's what I take from this year. Just no more excuses, man. No more excuses. Get to it.
Yeah, my biggest lesson for 2023 would be that life is unpredictable, but it damn sure needs to be intentional. You need to spend every day. I had took some major losses this year, but the clock didn't stop not one time for nothing that I went through, good or bad. So, yeah, that might have been my biggest lesson for 2023. All right. Chris, I mean, Zay.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with Chris. Staying anchored, being grateful, man, realizing that there's an invisible war that's going on, but the only thing that matters is what you focus on and what your intentions are. Like you said, Horace, be very intentional. Life is very funny; it'll throw you distractions. But if you stay anchored with God, man, you will be all right. Like at the end of the day, praise Him through it. Even when you don't understand it, you won't understand everything, and just don't question it. But power right on through perseverance. So it's gonna take a lot. A lot of us, run out here and we say, "I'm self-made, I'm self all this other stuff," and we leave that most important piece out, which is God. So the thing that I learned about that is stay close to Him. You'll be all right.
All right, ZB Zakes. Let
You
niggas
better
say.
know it. Yeah, man.
I'm call you
Church
TV
has done me good.
episode. Nah, that's real talk though. Super Mario Senior.
Get to the table until you can build your own. A lot of people criticize people sitting at the table, and this is still uncharted territory. Remember, we were slaves for 400 some years, so understanding as we build ourselves back up, just getting to the table was the first accomplishment. Now, as we get our roles to the table, understanding that sometimes sitting in that seat ain't what it looked like from the outside, and they can't tell you every move. They can't put a play-by-play of what's going on at the table. Just them being there, you should have some kind of faith. And then the last thing I did is make sure you read into the stuff that people say and do. One of the biggest things I seen, y'all look this up, is a dude I seen. I'm gonna let this go about. He owned the biggest bus line in North Carolina, right? And when he said, and this is what I keep saying when we're talking about what Chris was saying about race and all that kind of stuff. They own the biggest bus line. Don't get me wrong on these stats, because I'm sorry, I normally have this kind of stuff down, but I don't. I think he said like 300 buses and like 500 cabs or something like that. They ran the world. They was trying to create the path for everybody else who were business owners to own their own bus line.
Yeah.
And then Martin Luther the King drove his butt down there with Rosa Parks and then did this sit-in. And when the whole thing is, he said black people stopped riding his black-only luxury buses just to sit at the front of raggedy white buses. And that go all the time. See all the marching, all the hooraying, and all that stuff all the time, and all what it's set up to be. You got to get to that table. And then when it's somebody at the table, focus, instead of Martin saying, hey, let's put money behind this brother so he can spread this to every city so we can have a bunch of him in Florida, in Georgia, and all that. They didn't. They was trying to get what? Equality all the time. And Chris alluded to this last time. Everybody trying to get equality and understanding. We talked about this, about the segregation of schools. Sometimes it's nothing wrong with being with your people and building up with your people. It's nothing wrong. I'm okay if nobody don't want me to come in a restaurant. I go to Brenda's. I'm not fighting to come to your restaurant. I never understood that. I'm not fighting to come to your school. I'm not fighting to come to your, and maybe I wasn't there when they had to go to the black only water fountains and all that kind of stuff. But them were some of the strongest black people. So whatever water was coming out of us seemed pretty strong and good to me. I keep saying, sometimes we got to understand each other and say, I learned that changed my perception on so much stuff, because I was like, dang, it set this man down there bankruptcy by trying to sit in front of somebody else's bus. And that's crazy. And I see so many of us on CNN, Fox, and all these news channels fighting to sit at somebody else's front of their bus instead of saying, hey, this man got a bus. What do we need to do to build his bus up? Me and Horace had an interesting talk. I'm gonna let it go about this week about Atlanta. Me and him was going. We do this all the time. We and him was going by facts. He send me something. We'll talk about it and everything like this. And that's kind of what's going on in Atlanta. Like, we always worried about gentrification when we got this is black city with all these millionaires. So if we worried about gentrification here, what does the United States stand a chance? If all the this is one of the richest population per capita of black people, and it's still getting gentrified. So I tell you, that's not the rules. It's not them. It's us.
We gotta learn the rules. We gotta learn the rules, and we gotta play them. We gotta stop saying that there's a race that's superior to us. And every time we say white supremacy, we are saying that there is a race that is superior to us. I'm not saying that there isn't racism. I'm not saying that we're not treated differently. But at some point, we got to start banding with each other and not worried how other people treat us.
Listen, I say this all the time. So one point for Mario was saying, because Mario made me think about something. I say, you're right, Mario. But this last show, I was telling him about gentrification. We talk about in areas. Every time you see 100,000 people come from this country, 100,000 come from that country, hell, what you think is doing on a national level? But I wanted to say this real quick to back up Mario. That did Dr. Claude Anderson is the one that was speaking about it,
Mm-hmm.
and whether he was in North Carolina or a lot of those Memphis, a lot of those black traditional places, the black community was solid. You had your own barbershops, cleaners, restaurants, and his point was the busing system. The busing system, the cabs. Hey, I can even remember in Riviera Beach we had cabs and all this stuff. Was so strong. And like he said, we fought to be integrated, and they made us believe that we were missing out on something, and we killed our own economy. We killed our own community trying to be somewhere that people didn't want to be. And then when he said that story about how they bust all those buses, like they own so much, and that black people start riding their own black buses where you can sit in the front, the back, up with the driver, start riding those cabs because you wanted to sit in these cabs that white people didn't want you to sit in. It's just like a mental mind f to think that how did we goddamn how did we even come to such a path to fight to be somewhere we didn't want to be, and you killed the whole economy. But the third point was somebody did a amazing debate saying how do we embrace Martin Luther King and hate Malcolm X when
That's a
Malcolm
good
X,
time.
look at the qualities of this man, and you get all Christians rejected him because they heard the word Muslim, but you didn't look at all of the qualities that this man possessed, from being a father to a leader globally. So I agree, man. We just got to do a better job of evaluating the people we follow or the stuff that we've been taught.
Put that back up real quick.
So that was
Now
another one.
let that would have been the roles reversed. I guarantee you she could have put up a GoFundMe, and whatever she was damn near thinking about getting out of that settlement, she would have got it. That's how we have to treat our people. We have to treat our people in the same way. When other people and other communities in need, their people come to the rescue, and then other people help out because their people led the charge.
Well, one last story before we go on. In bad news, the last three descendants of the Tulsa race massacre, their lawsuit was denied and thrown out of court. No explanation. It was just dismissed. And I just thought that was something that while we was talking about the submarine and we were talking about bonus holes, nobody has talked about the fact that these people who, if anybody, deserve some money or some kind of restitution, their case was thrown out. And these last couple of descendants, I think it's five or three, are like elderly. I think they're in the 80s, 90s, like they're very frail. And the fact that they just threw that out is the kind of stuff that just makes your blood boil. But we just gotta wake up as black people and demand more. You know what I mean? Hell, we didn't even say nothing about the cocaine in the White House, but a
Oh,
party,
yeah.
party. Hey, what's a
Hey,
party?
Dick Gregory said one time, he said, why do we expect America to turn itself in when we as black people don't value turning ourselves in?
Yeah.
Like, if Chris was robbing the store, we'd be like, this fool went and turned himself in. But
Mm-hmm.
continuously, we ask America to turn itself in for all the injustice it did to itself. So by them paying them people, it's admitting that we did this travesty. So every kind of way they can, they're going to fight to say,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not turning
Same thing.
myself in. So we got to stop expecting it and saying, like you said, bro, we don't have to turn yourself in. You going to jail because we're going to build a jail and then we're going to put you in it. And that's our mentality got to be that, but it ain't.
Listen, listen, they were very old. Listen, I can make some points on here that I know I make people angry, but it's just the truth. A lot of people that we embrace and we still celebrate, whether it's Bill Clinton and others, man, a lot of them people are gatekeepers and some of your biggest deceivers. And I just don't understand how we embrace the people that's some of our biggest enemies You know, hell, even Joe Biden, but that's another argument someday. All right,
Whoa.
yeah. Hunter was at the White House. That's all I said. Hunter that came to see his daddy and dropped the coat.
I'm
But
in the White House. I'm in the White House. I got 100 of them things, nigga, right now.
now,
Hmm.
let's paint the picture. Let's just say Jeezy, a rapper, just happened to be at the White House the same weekend. Who they would have blamed it on?
You know who would have been blamed on?
Snowman, bitch. Mr.
Yeah,
Huh. Snow play some of his old song. Gotta
it's
be him.
a whole investigation on that, man. So it's just bad how they do the snow. Hey,
Y'all just gonna leave out. Hold on, wait. So y'all gonna leave out the fact that Joe Biden wrote that crime bill and crime took place right inside his house, and ain't
man,
nobody getting no 10-20 life. God dang. All right,
Yeah, you don't expect him to turn himself in.
you better know it. I just
hey,
had to throw it in there.
Zay, this is the only time in life I will want somebody in Jamaican to say when I hear Jamaican people say that boy idiot. Hey, all
That's
right,
crazy.
closing comments, but it'll be a topic. 6 months to go in 2023, man. What's your focus on, Chris Leo? What's the goal? What's your focus? Short, long term, weekly? Just tell me something. What's the goal? What's the mission?
Well, again, you know, it's all the goal is going to continue to be a homeowner, man. I think that that's very important. I look forward to
Coke
that.
keep you up. You know.
Doing a little debt
So I
sweep,
heard.
so you know
Okay.
that's good. I look forward to my sisters have had a breakthrough recently in her case where the officer will not be able to get qualified immunity, and we look forward to a favorable outcome in this. We look forward to getting justice in that situation. Um, I had an uncle on his deathbed. He bounced back. You know, I thought he was out of here, and he bounced back. It's hard to kill a Mississippi nigga, I see. But shout out to Poopa, he back. So my short term goal, man, is to continue to move forward, man. Baby just celebrated the 15-year-old birthday. Um, I just look forward to spending more time with her, man. That's all.
All right. Super Mario Senior.
Uh, thing I the biggest thing I look forward to is making it 2024. So that's what I really look forward to is getting through this work because man, people dropping like flies and losing their lives. So I want to say that that's the one thing. The second thing too is I think I just want to be. I look forward to progressing in my life. Like if anybody ever been to my house, I got a board every year. I set a bunch of goals every year on how to attain them, and I look at them every day, over and over. And not all is monetary. It's a lot of personal goals, but like just being consistent with working out and being consistent with being a better husband, father, and mentor, and just being involved more in the community. One of the biggest things I'm working at is just trying to get more involved in my community. So that's one of my goals. A lot of people who know I've been talking is really one of my big goals is to do that. And I got some help because you know I know a lot of people at high places. Shout out to Horace and Don and all them kind of people. You know what I'm saying? So my goal is to try to be not just talking about it in 2024, but to actually put the groundwork down in 2023 to start being, you know what I'm saying, a voice that has some kind of matter to it.
Well, I hope my focus is hopefully that my good ship lollipop comes in at the end of the month. But whatever it comes in before the year's out, I will be buying me a home right by Mario, and I will be buying my other home in Panama, where I will go and raise another family that I can raise on $500 a month over in
Prime night.
another country. Hey,
Passport,
whatever.
bro.
Hey, whatever. Listen, I'm leaving this country where I can keep most of my money and I can go over there and eat the best meals for $10 American dollars.
What's her
So
name?
yeah,
Bacon.
man, there's a whole village of people over there. So listen, I will be enjoying myself in another country. I'll be looking at all the confusion going on over in America, and yeah, that's life for me. So I can't wait to move out of this country. which is my goal. So hopefully by January and February, I will go over there and you will meet my new kids, Esteban and Xavier. I'm gonna name a dark one after Xavier,
He gonna
and
get you her.
that would be my tribute to my brother over there. Zay,
What was a girl?
Yes.
what?
What was a girl?
No such thing. You ever seen The Dictator? What?
Man, he can't make those, Chris.
I can't make that save my life, dog. Sorry. Sorry, Zay. Okay, second
No,
half.
you good, man. Shoot, second half. My short term goals right now, man, I got some financial and some legal woes over my head that I'm trying to get them off. That's gonna give me the peace of mind that I need. My midterm, what I have right now, I've been thinking about embarking back on my endeavor of my life insurance. As you guys know, I have a financial institution as a business, and a lot of my clients have been coming and asking me, do I still, do the insurance thing? And it's just been coming by too many times. So shout out to my boy Albert Lousy, if you're paying attention. I'll be back getting some mentorship, putting another feather in my cap again, so I have another stream of income going on. But that is what I'm going to be working on because I'm going to have this free time. And then my long term, which I'm still thinking in the sense of 30, 60, 90-day goals, but it'll be a little bit more than 90 days is some remodeling and upgrading to the house. I've been working on it, ran into a couple of janky ass GCs that played with my time and I allowed it. So I gotta, as Chris said, the accountability, I gotta look at what I've been allowing to take place. So that's my thing. By the end of the year, I'm gonna have those upgrades completed and that'll be good. I already did the kitchen, so the bathroom on the way, and those are the things that I'm setting for right now. Like my good brother Hardy say, I want to make it to see 2024. That's the most ultimate goal because this is that GOAT year. So we got to do some monumental things this year, brothers, and I feel like we all have it inside of us to dig down deep. Let's go, and we got it. Next year is gonna be very, very great for us. My brother's moving out of the country. He's gonna even name a child after me. I can't wait for that one because I'm gonna be teaching them.
Yeah, ain't no transport over there. Listen, Toya Ratliff, you will love Cologne. Listen, good markets, good food. You'll love it. That's something that you might need to consider. Listen, it's a nice little place over yonder. Uh, yeah, they didn't even have it. Yeah, blah blah blah. Health insurance. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm still paying for the same life insurance he sold me. What, 10 years ago?
I wish I would have kept mine because hell, right now I got some. I damn sure want to insure. You
you
upstairs
gotta
right
look at your cash value, Chris. Remember I told you about your cash value. It's very important. Like even back then, and shout out to you for your solidarity and your support because that's the one bill, like I told you then, that if something happens to you, it's gonna take care of the rest of the bills. But as with everything, as you live, you learn some more. So yours has a cash value because I did do a whole life policy for you. And if you remember how I broke it down, what you need. But as we learned, when you have that whole life policy, you can become your own bank. So you need to look at what it costs to put a little bit more meat on your plate. Yeah. And so you can take advantage of that. So you don't some of the things that we be talking about, education, that inclusion, we try and run to the bank to see if they'll give us a loan, give myself a loan. And we got to teach each other that type of stuff because as we said on the last episode, if some people up in arms about affirmative action, so what? They've been didn't want to include you. Why are you so surprised and why are you not trying to get it on your own anyway? So it's all good, man. Hopefully, like I said, I get back. I like that teaching form. I love educating individuals on things that they didn't know. I educated Chris about life insurance. I didn't sell him a thing. He saw something that made sense for him and his cupcake, and he bought it all on his own. So I want to get back into that realm. So, man, listen, I'm excited. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to babble.
Hey, it's time to time. Listen, did anybody got any closing comments? Because listen, I just want to tell y'all, I'll be resigning from the Black Superfans if this economy don't turn around. I'll be forced to live a life of doing adult movies in a third world country. I've thought about this, and I really considered it. Like, this economy don't turn around, I'm gonna be
What's going to be your porn name?
coffee cake.
You know,
That's
you know.
That's a
Dynamite.
nice woman. Boy, have you ever looked up coffee cake as a never mind.
Damn, I'm
Why
a
do
nice.
you know these things, Chris?
They're Googling right now. Listen, any closing comments?
Ooh,
None?
Where's your mug?
where's your
Where's your
mug?
mug?
Yes, please, let's order Derek mug today. Derek,
Where's
what
your
you want on that
t-shirt?
mug?
Where's your
Yeah,
t-shirt?
this one though.
Valou.
One of a kind. This is my baby's second birthday. Still got the shirt.
You still can fit it. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Valou.
I don't know about
Those
food.
are,
Pressure on that bitch.
those are the comments that I tend to hear often. Yeah.
They call you God?
Hey, I say, just call me Horace. How the mighty have fallen. Valou, I want to say something, but I'm not.
Somebody need to be dog. Somebody really need to smash her dog because she just be running her goddamn mouth.
Please believe.
Somebody come
Valou,
hit
please
that.
believe.
Boy, God damn, somebody come hit that.
Please believe.
Going
Valou
on over there, Chris.
share
Hmm?
of back cracking.
Going on over there.
No, I tried to well, she had a with a buddy over there wanted the two-way, but she was acting different.
The whole story.
In person.
The
in
whole
person,
story
acting
about that
different.
is amazing in itself. That this
I
man was about to commit the Tusa without my knowledge. You know,
I'm about to leave that couch messy. I
Bruh.
ain't lying to you, dog.
I'm
I'm
upstairs.
sitting
I
in the
know
middle
it.
of them thinking it's about to go down, and they just want to goddamn talk and
You should have
talk.
whipped it out.
Shut
Whip that.
up, man! What's going on here? When I seen when I seen one nothing going on, man, crazy.
Yeah, I remember that night too. I
You
said,
should have took the initiative, Chris.
I'd have missed everything.
I mean,
You know what you had to do.
whip out is old school, man. You can't do that no more, boy. You go to jail. I told you I'm from a whole nother different time, whole nother planet. This world is nothing like the world I grew up in. You
Crip
cannot
time.
do that anymore.
I can't take it. Listen, hey, same bat channel, same bat time. We'll see y'all next week, man. Peace out.